why now I'm like busting my behind and I'm trying to get every opportunity that I can, except for the shady and shisty ones and the ones where y'all be asking me for foot pics. But if you're paying for the right price, like I definitely probably would sell some foot pics. Now that I think about it, I don't think I ever opened up. I really was just there for the cakes and shit. And children gossip, children tell rumors. Some of you grown ass adults do the exact same thing. When Paul Ray broke his arm, everyone at school said Big Ray did it. I never asked Teddy about it, and he never told. Hey y'all, I'm back with a book review. This book is titled Teddy and Roosevelt. It is part of the After Dinner Conversation short story series. I read this book right after I ate. Okay. This author, this author here, please forgive me if I don't get your last name right. Stephen Simoncic. I believe it's Simoncic. Simoncic. I'm going to get it. Please correct me. The point is, this story was 26 pages. It came out January 18th of 2021. It's available on Kindle. I believe I read it. I bought this book. I think I bought it when it was with a promotion that was going on. This book is ranking in the top 100 in 45-minute LGBTQ plus short reads, dysfunctional relationships, and 45-minute teen and young adult shorts. I'm not going to lie. Mr. Steven, I'm a thug, okay? At least I think I'm a thug. I want to be. I don't want to be a thug, but listen here, I don't be crying, okay? This book here, it almost brought on the waterworks. Teddy and Roosevelt are the cutest young boys ever. They are in this group together. They're basically meeting with like this therapist to talk out their issues and stuff. And the therapist, my girl could use some additional training. Okay, she could use some additional training because when you tell her something, she kind of just repeats it back to you. You'll be like, I've been having a challenging day. And she'll be like, so your day has been challenging. Isn't that what the hell I just said? But no, it's funny because that's literally how the children are like interacting with her at this point. Like at this point, I know if I just pop a lemon jawbreaker in my mouth, like she's just going to continue on with the session and probably write out some notes. And it was funny because the boy Roosevelt, right, he befriends this young boy in this group and they're calling it the friends group. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of this like group they had when I was in elementary. It was called Banana Splits, and it was for those kids whose parents were split up and divorced and stuff. And then at the end of the year, they would give us like little Sundays and stuff. Like, yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think I ever opened up. I really was just there for the cakes and shit. Now that I think about it, this is when I was like in elementary school. I don't remember ever opening up. Like I remember a young man opening up and being super sad, like about his parents splitting and them divorcing. And the whole time I was sitting there kind of like, damn, my parents have been split for like 3-4 years now. This shit don't even faze me. Like, but I'm here for these snacks though. And then I don't gotta sit in class. I was a super antisocial child. So I don't know. Point is, my boy Teddy and Roosevelt are actually doing the work that they're there to do. Okay. So they are actually in sixth grade. Okay. And Teddy, I'm so tired of these damn kids bullying other kids. They call Teddy literally Sweaty Teddy. And Teddy is he's a chunky white boy who's kind of sort of, I'd say a little socially awkward. He's definitely been getting teased and picked on so much. That's enough to make someone socially awkward that already is not the most outgoing person to begin with. There's a lot of instances that, made him become kind of an outcast, including, them saying that Teddy is a friends group veteran. According to Tommy Stanek, my assigned locker partner, Teddy, has been going to the nut ward since third grade when he threatened a teacher with an X-Acto knife in art class. Now, you do have to remember, these are children we're talking about. So when you hear them using that terminology of, well, I heard, or this is what so-and-so said, these are children. Children gossip, children tell rumors. Some of you grown-ass adults do the exact same thing. But we're not even going down that road today. We're not even going down that route today. I literally see myself blushing in the camera. Let me not even show my full behind, okay? Let me just not. The point is, all right, there were a lot of little things going on. Now, I kind of wanted to know, like, yeah, why did you pull out the X-Acto knife on the teacher? Like, and I don't even know what an X-Acto knife is, but just me hearing that a knife was pulled, I was like, so why did we do that again? Like, what was the point of that? Um, Roosevelt and Teddy's relationship is super cute because he is helping to teach the boy how to fight. All right. He's like, listen, you can't keep letting these kids bully you. You're going to have to learn how to defend yourself because if you don't, they're always going to keep messing with you. Like, your older brother, Paul Ray, already terrorized you. Your daddy, Big Ray, your pops sound crazy, okay? So I'm gonna teach you how to fight, and we're gonna practice with this little punching bag that I made out of pillows. So Teddy is telling him like it's just a pillow. My boy Roosevelt's like, it's a punching bag. Teddy's like, but it's made from a pillow. So this shit is stupid. But he don't say shit. He said this is stupid, right? So he's sitting here telling him like, come on now, just go ahead and punch the bag. But what's funny is both of them borderline obsessed over Teddy Roosevelt. They even taught me some new little facts. I did not know that Teddy Roosevelt was asthmatic. I didn't even know that the Teddy Roosevelt went and became a boxer. I had no clue. So that is something they bond over is random Teddy Roosevelt felt random Teddy Roosevelt facts. Forgive me. The point is, I love a good random fact. I have this one friend, and he'll ask me sometimes, like, French, give me a random fact of the day. And I always come with something super rare and just super random. Like, I don't even know. I always just come up with something random. Like, did you know that nail polish used to this and that? Did you know that some of the world's first condoms were made out of this? Like, I just always come with a random fact. So I loved them dropping those good old Teddy Roosevelt facts in this book. All right. So at one point, Teddy is telling him, like, I'm not going to punch you. You're super skinny, whatever. I'm not going to do this. They literally get to squabbling, okay? And he's telling him, like, listen, you need to practice because then they can stop calling you Sweaty Teddy. Like, do you want to be Sweaty Teddy for the rest of your life? No, you don't. You don't want to be Sweaty Teddy. So you need to come on and practice with me, okay? They describe Teddy's half brother, and this is important as well. Paul Ray is Teddy's half brother. He not only drives, but he also smoked and had a tattoo and a ring of hickeys around his neck. He spent most of his days ditching high school and practicing his nunchucks on his corner. I don't know what corner this young man has, but he got a corner, okay? Teddy was pretty much terrified of Paul Ray, but since I was teaching him to box, he felt like he owed me. I feel like Roosevelt was probably the first person to be nice to Teddy. And I don't know why I'm getting so emotional already. It just there's a lot going on. The family dynamic is insane. Teddy's mother is like never home. And although it's not said in stone, I get the feeling that Teddy's mother done finally left the father. And that's why she's off with her sister, but she calls on Wednesdays and Sundays, whatever days of the week it is. It's like 2 days a week she calls. I feel like that's why she's not around because Big Ray is nothing to play with, okay? There's a rumor in Copper Canyon that Big Ray had to save Paul Ray more than a few times down at the precinct. Backstory, Big Ray is like a police officer who is super pissed about the area he has to stay in because with him being a police officer, he has to stay like in city lines, whatever. So Big Ray kind of he has a stick up his behind at all times. And I'm sure he's probably like he's one of those individuals that will beat the brakes off of someone over a traffic stop. Mind you, this story is also set in 1981. So keep that in reference throughout this entire part, all right? All Teddy would say is Paul Ray would have been better off in jail than having to come home and deal with Big Ray. When Paul Ray broke his arm, everyone at school said Big Ray did it. I never asked Teddy about it, and he never told. If this does not have 1980s written all over it in 2024, let a child come to school with an arm broken and nobody can explain what happened. Did you say child protective services? Your kid would have been gone, gone, and rightfully so. So that's what I had to keep in mind through all of this. And as the weeks go by, Teddy and Roosevelt develop a little, not even a little relationship, they develop a little friendship with each other. It is super sweet and innocent, okay? It is nothing over the top, it's nothing crazy. There was even a point where they're talking about going swimming in Teddy's backyard, okay? Teddy is nervous to take his shirt off and get in the pool because he is super scared. He's not ready to show off his body. He's just not. And Roosevelt ends up showing him like all of his scars and stuff from the fire that he went through as a child. I believe that his father ended up dying as a result of the fire. They were really only able to salvage a few things, like the father's diploma from the fire. It just, the boy done got burned bad. So when he takes off his like top and reveals like his scars and stuff to Teddy, he even tells him like, here, like touch them. Like this is me, like this is what I have. And I loved that moment because sometimes I think as adults people tend to forget these children have feelings and insecurities too, okay? Stop asking your kids, well, what are you stressed about, what are you worried about, because their bodies are ever changing and they're looking at their friends and classmates and comparing what's wrong with this and that on themselves. Like, I don't know. That is a thing. I remember I had a friend where she had a birthmark and she absolutely hated her birthmark on her chin. Whole time I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I thought it was super cool. I thought it made her super pretty. But these children do have insecurities about things. So me seeing Roosevelt be vulnerable, even tell him like, "Here, come touch it. Like, feel my scars." Your additional fat that you feel like you have, and again, these are kids in middle school. Either you were skinny as hell or you were chubby as hell in middle school, okay? There was very rarely a in between, okay? Middle school is middle school. Either you ain't put on no weight yet or you done put on some weight and you're probably gonna lose it at some point in high school, whatever. They have this conversation, and again, they love quoting Teddy Roosevelt. Roosevelt is saying, my father's favorite quote, the one he recited to me every night before I fell asleep, was the simplest and hardest one of all. In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing. That one haunted me. Before you act, it feels like a riddle or a curse. After you act, it feels like absolution and freedom. If you do not act at all, it is regret, pure and simple. I'm telling you, I loved that. That is something I may have to adopt and start telling to my child. It is best to make a decision than to be indecisive. I used to drive my father nuts with that. He'd be like, "You're so indecisive." And I couldn't help it. I just didn't want to make the wrong choice, but not making the wrong choice a lot of times stops you from making a choice at all. And you miss every opportunity you don't go for it. Okay, so that's why now I'm like busting my behind and I'm trying to get every opportunity that I can, except for the shady and shisty ones and the ones where y'all be asking me for foot pics. But if you're paying for the right price, like I definitely probably would sell some foot pics. Point is, just go after your opportunities and your dreams, okay? Um, I like that they were vulnerable with each other. Now they do have a little silly moment where they're calling each other Teddy and Rosie, whatever. Like it was super cute and innocent, whatever. It was nothing insane. For whatever reason, these two children decide, Teddy Roosevelt used to go skinny dipping. We're gonna do the same thing, whatever. They go ahead and strip out of their clothes. They go skinny dipping in the backyard. Mind you, they're in Teddy's backyard. Paul Ray sees them in the water with no clothes on and loses his mind. Okay. I'm trying not to say too much. I'm not going to tell what happens next. I need you guys to read this book. I think I reached out to the author on Instagram. I went and found him after this and I was like, this book here, y'all remember I'm a book thug, okay? I'm a movie thug too. Nothing makes me cry. Just kidding. I'm a Pisces. I cry all the time. But the point is, this book really moved me because, oh, my boy Roosevelt took one for the team at the end of this book. And again, it is only 26 pages. I really feel like this is one of those books that should be mandated for children to read in school of all ages. I really feel like even in elementary school, this is one of those kids, one of these kids. This is one of those books that across the board, it is definitely a after dinner discussion. This book is a 6 out of 5 star read, okay? Because it made me feel some type of way. I intend to read more of the books in this series. This is my first time ever reading a book by this author. I don't even know this author, so don't think that this is a sponsored review or this author reached out to me. I loved this book, okay? If you have not already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, okay? I'm dropping book reviews at least 2 to 3 times a week now, all right? Your girl don't even got on TikTok. I am dropping shorts on here. Y'all should be proud of me. My Favorite X is now free on Amazon, on Barnes & Nobles, Kobo, Gardeners, everywhere except for pretty much Apple because Apple still is not rocking with me yet. So, there's that. Thank you so much for coming and supporting my channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next book review. Bye.